What did you want to be when you grew up?
I remember when I was probably about 11, I wanted to be a radio DJ. I wanted to be on, Radio 1 or Capital, being a radio host. And that was the first job that I ever really fell in love with. So it was being a DJ, but being behind a microphone and doing all the links. There you go, the sounds of the Eagles there coming in. That was all I wanted to do. You don't even know the Eagles are, but that's all I wanted to do as a young man, is be a radio DJ.
Right, nice. What, is there a particular reason?
Well, it was DJing, but I just thought it just looked cool, I remember seeing images of like Tony Blackburn or Chris Tarrant, in the studios with the headphones on, mic playing tunes. It just looked like a cool job. Like, is that a job? That's what you do. Just talk and play music all day. Yeah. So that's what I really wanted to do. But essentially, it was really just being a DJ.
What was your favourite school dinner?
My favourite school dinner was definitely apple crumble and custard.
Good choice.
Good choice, right? Yeah. In my school, in my secondary school, this is the school I moved to in Canning Town, we used to sell our afters for 5p. Yeah. So, because so basically what we used to try and do is line up twice. Go get an afters, right? Yeah. And then go back and get a next one and then sell that off to someone that wanted it. Take the 5p and then go to the shops.
Nice.
Man.
So, did you have like a favorite family holiday when you were growing up?
You know what? If I'm honest, my mum and dad and me, we never went on holiday. You know how mad that is. It wasn't until we were much older, as I was an adult, that my parents and I went on a holiday. But we never went on holiday. So like during a 6 weeks holiday for me, that was always going to my uncle's house.
Yeah.
So my uncle, who Valentine's plays, my cousins, he had 3 boys, and I used to go hang out with him during the summer, and I loved it because it was summer holidays. He would just let us boys do whatever we want. Yeah. So I mean, for like probably 4 weeks, I'd go live with my uncles or my cousins and just wreak havoc all day long. That was what I was doing.
Nice. Okay, that's good. Did you have like a favorite sport?
Football, for sure. Man was a bad man at football still, you get me? You know what? I used to be able to do, this is back then though, I can still do it now, but I used to be able to do like easy 150 kick-ups on one foot. How many can you do?
Oh, I could do, if you can do 150, I could do 1,000, easy.
Yeah, but I was only 4 at the time, so.
Oh, okay. Did you have like favorite kids toy when you were growing up?
Favorite kids story.
Favorite kids toy, like a cuddly toy or something like that, or action figure.
Yeah, I used to have. Do you know who Evel Knievel is?
No. Well, I've heard the name, but I don't really know.
All right, so Evel Knievel was this like stunt rider back in the day. But when I think about Evel Knievel right now, when I think about his costume, he was probably wearing the Confederate flag. I'm gonna have to look at that. Because he had like stars and stripes. Maybe it was the stars and stripes, but now I think about it, it was like red, white, blue with stars down the middle. It looks a bit weird. Anyway, Evel Knievel used to do these wicked wheelies and basically jump over cars. And I used to have an Evel Knievel toy, but basically, you know what I mean, you had the man on the motorbike and you had this pull thing and you used to pull it and they used to ride off, but it could just hold wheelies for like a long minute. That was my favourite toy, yeah. I'm going to look Evel Knievel up now and see what he's wearing, because you might think I'm mad. Hold on a minute. You keep asking and I'll look at my...
Okay, do you have like... what's like your most vivid childhood memory or your first memory in your childhood?
Wow, hold on a minute. Here's Evel Knievel. Okay, maybe not the Confederate flag, but
Oh, yeah, okay.
let me see the toy. Look, this is him, man. This is the thing, Evel Knievel, you know.
Okay.
My first memory. Hold on, I just want to show you the bike. Yeah. This was like the Evel Knievel bike. That was my toy. I used to wind it up on that red thing and then it would disappear.
Okay.
Madness. Anyway, yeah, my first memory, it's funny you asked me that because I can't remember.
So you can't remember any, like...
I have a very early memory, which is about probably being at my childminders, and I just kind of remember it being a room and like lots of noise. So there was other kids there, and I just remember that atmosphere. But I haven't got any details about it.
Is this a good memory or bad memory? Like?
It was a bad memory. That's probably why I put it to the back of my head. It doesn't strike me as a fun time. And yeah, so I think I've sort of buried it somewhere. Yeah. You're gonna make me ask my mum about what that was like. I remember hearing my mum tell me stories about picking me up from the childminder, and my hair would be all mashed up and my nose would be all like dirty, and she used to have a go at the childminder. Okay. So I don't know. I want to talk to my mum about it. What was your first childhood memory? Can you remember?
My first childhood memory. Well,
it was only a couple of years ago.
Well, I do remember my first day starting. Actually, no. My first childhood memory is my old estate burning down. I remember that.
Really?
Yeah.
It burned down?
Yeah. It burned down.
How old were you?
I was about 4, 5. Wow. The reason I remember is because I basically saved my dad. So we were in the flat, and then I could smell smoke, and I was really young, and my dad was asleep. My mum went to work, so I could smell smoke, and then my dad was like, "Just leave it, it's nothing." Then I started to see like smoke coming out of the flat, so I was like, "Oh, Dad, you need to go." So we just ran out of the house, and the whole estate was burning. It was crazy.
You're joking! Wow. Was it your flat that was on fire?
No, it wasn't our flat. It was another flat, like I think 2 floors up. But the whole estate ended up burning down.
Oh man,
yeah,
that's heartbreaking. What a first memory, bro.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your worst habit or worst childhood habit?
Worst childhood habit probably is that I'm a fidgeter. I couldn't keep still. I still am the same, but as an adult, I've managed to control it a little bit. But when I was younger, I would just be like.
Yeah.
I'm nuts. And whenever I couldn't do it, I'd be like, you know what I mean? Just like making noise. I'm a fidgeter, and I realise now, like, because I've always been sort of musical. So when I'm in the studio now, like making music or whatnot, I just sit there and just. And then put stuff together, and the next thing you know, we're making a song. So yeah, that's like my most annoying habit, is that I just couldn't keep still, fidgeter.
Okay. Do you have like a most embarrassing moment?
Next question. As a kid, do I have a most embarrassing moment? Man, making me think back into the trenches. It wasn't embarrassing so much that, but I remember I was fancy this girl in my primary school. I fancied this girl, and the biggest bully in the school, his name was Terry, and in front of this girl, man, he called me out because my parents didn't have that much money, and I had like I don't know if you won't know them, but they're called plimsolls. Yeah?
Oh yeah.
You know, so like
Jeez, yeah.
black one with
Yeah.
the little single, you know, rubber band across the sole, and then the suckers on the thing.
Yeah.
And plimsolls was the, you know, scraping the barrel. If you had plimsolls, obviously you were broke, yeah. And my guy, right in like early morning recess, before we had to go into school, he started laughing at me in front of everyone about your plimsolls, like, and he said something like, "Go on, if you spit on them, and you can climb up the walls like Spider-Man." Like, oh man! And then basically, I ran after him, and he didn't run, and I was like, I got to fight him now. So I grabbed him, and I never forget this. I grabbed both his shoulders. He was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I swung him round. And I went round and round and round. You know, like, you're just like, I don't know what to do with that. I just let him go. Yo, he rolled and rolled and rolled. I got in trouble. He was like, "I'm going to beat you up after school." Like that. I remember that clearly, man. Mad.
Yeah. What's the bravest thing you say you done as a kid?
Bravest?
Yeah.
I think that was it.
That was it.
I think that was one of my bravest things. I remember, like, you know, when I left Hackney and I moved to Canning Town, I was probably around 12, 13, and I remember going into my new school, and it was a boys' school, right?
Yeah. And
I remember it was lunchtime. I remember when I showed up, it was lunchtime, and I said to the teacher, "Where's the girls? Do they eat somewhere else?" And the guy was like, "No, this is a boys' school." I was like, "What? What?" I couldn't believe it. But I remember, like, one of my first classes was probably drama. And I was a new kid, but I really was into acting. And I remember the teacher said, "Is anyone going to go first? Right, we'll do some improvisation." And I put my hand up, the new kid. I put my hand up and I was like, "I'll go first." And it was like people going, "Here we go." And that was a brave moment for me, because I don't know, I just remember it being a new school, all these faces. I kind of think I was probably in that place where I don't care, you don't know me, but this is drama. Like, I'm gonna act. Yeah.
Do you have like a pastime you'd like to go back to? No, I can't think of anything.
Well, I used to draw trainers a lot.
Okay.
I used to, like, take a piece of paper and draw trainers. You can see where this is going, because I wanted to get rid of my plimsoll stuff.
Yeah.
I used to draw trainers, and actually, like, last year I started working with a team on designing some shoes, and I remember, like, they were like, "Can you send us sketches?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah." And I remember having this real sort of fun, you know, drawing these trainers, real outlandish ideas. But it really took me back. I remember thinking about, I used to do this quite a lot, was draw trainers and superheroes. You know, like drawing the muscles and the, and the faces. Like, I used to draw that. I could have gotten into graffiti, but my mum wouldn't let me out, and you had to sneak out and do graffiti at night and whatever. And also because I remember, like, spray cans. Like, where I grew up, people were sniffing spray cans and getting high on that. So my mum wouldn't let me near anywhere, because I got asthma. She wouldn't let me anywhere near that. But I remember, like, graffiti. I was well into breakdancing. You know what I mean? Popping and locking and all of that. I was well into that. But graffiti was like a natural step from drawing. So I never got into it.
Okay. Yeah, that's all the questions we have. Thanks.
All right, I've got a question for you.
You got a question for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, how you doing, man? How's it going? How are you, 15 now, yeah?
No, 16, just turned 16.
16.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm just interested to understand your perspective. How's lockdown been for you, man? Like, what is your view on the world right now?
Well, at home, just been chilling, really, because no school and my GCSEs got cancelled, so not really much to do. So they send us work to do for, like, the first 2 months. and then we were basically done with school. But now they've sent over some bridging courses for us to do for year 12. But other than that, just been chilling at home with the family, playing PS4, and that's it. Yeah.
Madness. And have you been bored? Have you hated it? Have you liked it?
I quite liked the lockdown idea because like it gave me personally like some time to relax and cool down for a bit, because like school can be stressful, especially because of GCSEs coming up, for revision, all of those things. Like it gave me like a time to chill out, spend time with the family, like just cool off.
Yeah. And what about acting? Going back to acting at some point. What are you excited about? Anything? Can you share anything that you're going to be doing?
No, not yet. Anyway, but
not yet.
I've been having a few auditions and things. Like things are coming up, but I haven't heard back from most of them. Yeah.
That's good, man. That's good. Are you getting any better at FIFA? Because you wasn't that good the last time we talked.
Firstly, you were scared to play me that time. You were scared to play me, and I don't need to improve. I'm already the best. I don't need to improve. I am the best.
Do you play Ultimate Team or FIFA Pros?
Nah, I play Ultimate Team. I play Ultimate Team Pro Clubs, sometimes seasons. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was playing NBA the other day with you in it.
Was what?
NBA.
Oh,
NBA 2K20, yeah.
With my character?
Yeah. You're the manager. You're the manager.
Yeah, I'm the coach. Yeah. Wicked.